All right, so are you ready to dive into some AI news?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
We're talking OpenAI's brand new O3 models.
Okay.
And the hype is real.
Yeah. Seems like it.
We've got 3 sources to kind of untangle all of this.
Yeah.
OpenAI's own announcement, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
A Reddit thread that's absolutely exploding with comments.
Wow.
And a deep dive from DataCamp that breaks it all down really nicely.
Nice.
So our goal is to figure out
Okay.
if O3 is just a fancy upgrade
Right.
or a total game changer.
Huge question.
And what it means for all of us.
Yeah.
What it means for the world.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, right off the bat,
Yeah.
OpenAI skipped O2 entirely
Yeah.
and went straight to O3.
Interesting.
DataCamp even pointed that out.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Makes you wonder,
Yeah.
are they trying to tell us
Right.
this is a massive
Yes.
leap forward?
A huge leap.
Yeah.
Like they're saying, forget incremental improvements.
Yeah.
This is a whole new ballgame.
Exactly.
And speaking of new ballgame,
Yeah.
DataCamp really emphasized O3's reasoning capabilities.
Yeah.
They say it's not just about spitting out text or code anymore.
Mm-hmm.
O3 is designed to actually think things through.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's
Yeah.
a fundamental shift
Yeah.
from pattern recognition
Okay.
to actual problem solving.
So, like, how would you...
So think about it this way.
Okay.
Previous models could ace a multiple choice test,
Okay.
but O3 is tackling word problems.
Right.
The kind that require logic and understanding.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Oh.
deeper level thinking.
Much deeper.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So how do we know
Oh.
O3 can actually do all that?
The DataCamp threw a bunch of benchmarks at it,
Okay.
and the results are pretty wild.
Okay, give me some examples.
For example, Bench Verified,
Okay.
which tests software-style coding skills.
Okay.
O3 scored a 71.7% accuracy rate, which might not sound impressive on its own,
Yeah, that's not super high.
but consider this
yeah.
O1, its predecessor,
All right.
barely scraped by.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about a
Huh?
slightly better coder.
No, it's a huge...
This is like going from playing chopsticks to composing a symphony.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
But hold on.
Yeah.
DataCamp also mentioned ELO ratings.
Oh, right.
For those who aren't chess fanatics, can
Mhm.
you explain what those are and why they matter?
Sure. ELO ratings are a way to measure skill in competitive games,
Okay.
like chess.
Right.
And they're also used to rank AI's performance in coding competitions.
Interesting.
Basically, O3 is achieving ELO ratings
Mm-hmm.
that put it in the top percentile of human programmer.
So this isn't just some AI that can
Yeah.
write a simple hello world program.
No, this is...
We're talking about an AI that could potentially go head-to-head with professional coders.
I mean, it's possible, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
is this the beginning of the end for human programmers?
That's the question a lot of people on Reddit are asking.
I bet.
And honestly, it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
Some are freaking out.
Yeah.
Others are saying, bring it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very different perspective.
Yeah. We'll have to see
Yeah,
how this all plays out.
absolutely.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
DataCamp had a whole list of benchmarks,
They did.
and coding was just the first one.
Right. They also tested O3's math skills
Okay.
on the AE,
Mm-hmm.
which is a notoriously difficult high school math competition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
O3 crushed it,
Really?
showing a major improvement over O1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this AI is a coding champ
Yeah.
and a math whiz.
It's pretty impressive.
What else can it do?
Well, DataCamp also tested its science knowledge
Okay.
using the GPQA Diamond benchmark,
Mm-hmm.
which is a collection of PhD-level science questions.
Wow. Okay.
And again, O3 aced it.
Okay. So we're seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Is there anything this AI can't do?
Well, there's one benchmark that really
Mhm.
puts things in perspective.
Right.
The ARC-AGI Frontier Math benchmark.
Okay.
This is where it gets interesting.
All right. I'm listening.
This test is designed to stump even the most advanced AIs.
Okay.
We're talking problems at the level of mathematical research.
Wow.
The kind that would take human mathematicians hours or even days to solve.
Oh, wow.
Most AIs score under 2%.
Okay. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
What did O3 score?
25.2%.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's unheard of.
it really is.
This is like a chimpanzee suddenly solving a Rubik's Cube.
It highlights how O3 is pushing the boundaries
Yeah.
of what we thought was possible with AI.
Wow.
And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
we have to talk about the ARC-AGI test,
Okay.
which DataCamp described as the gold standard for general AI intelligence.
Right. The big question.
Yeah.
Can AI actually think like a human?
Exactly.
Right.
ARC-AGI isn't about memorization or following pre-programmed rules. It tests an AI's ability to learn new things from scratch,
Okay.
adapt to unfamiliar situations,
Right.
and solve problems in creative ways. So basically, it's all about flexibility and genuine understanding, the kind of things we associate with human intelligence.
So did O3 pass the test?
Not only did it pass,
No.
it actually surpassed human-level performance.
Really?
It scored 88%.
Wow.
While anything above 85% is generally considered human level.
Hold on. Did you just say this AI is more intelligent than a human?
Well, that's the debate raging on Reddit right now.
I bet.
Some people are calling this a watershed moment, the first true sign of AGI.
Right.
Others are saying, hold your horses, benchmarks don't tell the whole story.
Right. It's like saying someone who can solve a Rubik's Cube faster than anyone else is automatically a genius.
Exactly.
There's more to intelligence than just speed or problem-solving skills.
Exactly.
Right.
But even if we're not ready to declare O3 as superintelligence, it's clear that this is a significant development.
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of significant developments, DataCamp also mentioned a more accessible version called O3 Mini.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Well,
Is this like the budget version of O3?
in a way, yes.
Okay.
O3 Mini offers impressive reasoning capabilities,
Yeah.
but at a lower computational cost.
Okay.
Think of it as a more streamlined model
Mm-hmm.
that's easier to run
Okay.
and less resource intensive.
Gotcha.
But here's the really cool part.
Okay.
O3 Mini has something called adaptive thinking time.
Adaptive thinking time. What's that all about?
It basically lets users control how much brain power O3 Mini applies to a task.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So need a quick answer to a simple question.
Yeah.
Low effort reasoning will do the trick.
Okay.
But if you're facing a complex problem
Right.
that requires deep thought,
Yeah.
you can crank up the reasoning effort and O3 Mini will unleash its full potential.
Oh, that's a neat feature.
Yeah.
It's like having an AI assistant that can switch gears between quick thinking and deep analysis,
Exactly.
depending on what you need.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But with all this talk about power and capabilities,
Mhm.
we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Safety.
Absolutely.
Right.
Huge issue.
Yeah.
And it seems OpenAI is taking a cautious approach with O3.
Okay, that's good.
Instead of releasing it to the public right away,
Mm-hmm.
they're inviting researchers to test it first,
Okay.
with a heavy focus on safety evaluations.
Wait.
They even mention something called deliberative alignment
Okay.
as a key part of O3's safety protocol.
Deliberative alignment. Can you unpack that for us?
Sure.
What is it?
Think of it as the AI
Yeah.
double-checking its own work for safety before taking action.
Interesting.
It's about using O3's own reasoning capabilities to evaluate potential risks in real time.
So it's not just relying on
No.
pre-programmed rules or filters.
No, it's more dynamic and nuanced than that.
Okay, so it's like,
It's like having an AI with a built-in conscience
oh, wow.
that's constantly asking itself,
You do
is
that.
this safe?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
this ethical?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
That's a pretty reassuring thought,
Yeah,
especially given how powerful these models are.
for sure.
But I'm curious.
Yeah,
DataCamp mentioned a release date for O3 Mini and O3.
they did.
What's the timeline looking like?
Well, they said O3 Mini is slated for release by the end of January 2025,
Okay.
with the full O3 coming sometime after that.
Okay.
But here's the catch.
Yeah.
They emphasize that the timeline is dependent on the results of the safety testing.
So they're not rushing things.
Yeah,
They're prioritizing safety over speed,
exactly.
which I think is a good sign.
Absolutely.
But while OpenAI is busy testing and refining,
Yeah.
the rest of the world is buzzing with speculation.
Oh, I bet.
The East Singularity thread is a goldmine of opinions and predictions.
Yeah, it's fascinating
It is, yeah.
to see how people are reacting to this news. There's a lot of excitement,
Yeah.
but also some healthy skepticism.
Yeah.
And even fear.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah.
We're talking about potentially game-changing technology here.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the game, how do you think O3 will impact the AI race between tech giants?
Oh, good question.
Will this give OpenAI a significant edge?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
OpenAI is definitely making waves,
Yeah.
but Google and other companies are also pouring resources into AI research.
Right.
It's like a high-stakes chess match where every move can change the entire landscape.
Right. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've talked about O3's mind-blowing capabilities,
Yeah.
the potential impact on the tech industry, and the crucial question of safety.
For sure.
But we're not done yet.
Right. We've got more to talk about.
In the next part, we'll delve deeper into the potential real-world implications of O3.
Okay.
both the good and the bad. We'll explore how it could revolutionize scientific research.
Yeah.
The potential impact on jobs.
Big one.
And the ethical questions we need to be asking as AI becomes more and more powerful.
Definitely can't ignore those.
So stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive into the world of O3.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we've established that O3 is a beast.
Yeah.
When it comes to benchmarks.
For sure.
But
yeah.
Let's get real for a second.
Right.
What does this actually mean for us in the real world?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, we're still in the early stages of figuring that out.
Right.
But one thing that keeps coming up, especially on that Reddit thread, is the potential impact on jobs.
Yeah, I mean, if O3 can code like a top-tier human,
right,
does that mean software developers are about to go the way of the dodo?
Well, it's not that simple.
Okay.
Some experts argue that AI, like O3, will actually create more jobs than it eliminates.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. Someone has to build, maintain, and train these models.
Right.
And as AI takes over more routine tasks, it frees up humans to focus on higher-level creative work.
So instead of replacing human programmers entirely, maybe O3 becomes more like an incredibly powerful tool that they use to become even more productive.
It's like the difference between using a hammer and using a nail gun.
Okay.
Both can get the job done,
right.
But the nail gun is faster and more efficient,
right,
allowing the builder to focus on more complex aspects of the project.
But what about people who aren't programmers? Will O3 have an impact on other fields too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
DataCamp brought up the example of scientific research.
Okay.
Imagine having an AI that can analyze massive amounts of data,
right,
identify patterns that humans might miss,
and
even help design experiments that could revolutionize fields like medicine materials, science, climate change research, you name it.
Yeah, it's like having an army of superpowered lab assistants working around the clock.
Exactly.
But wouldn't that make human scientists obsolete?
Not necessarily. Think of it more as a collaboration.
Okay.
AI can handle the heavy lifting of data analysis and hypothesis generation, but ultimately, it's still humans who interpret the results, make decisions, and guide the direction of the research.
So maybe the future of science isn't about AI replacing humans.
No.
But about humans and AI working together.
Exactly.
To achieve things that neither could do alone.
That's the idea.
Okay.
But even if we can figure out how to collaborate with AI effectively, there are still some big ethical questions we need to grapple with.
Yeah, for sure.
OpenAI's focus on safety is a good start, but it's only the beginning.
Right. DataCamp mentioned deliberative alignment as a key part of O3's safety protocol. But is that enough?
Wow.
I mean, how do we ensure...
That's the tough question. How do we ensure that this technology is used for good and not for harmful purposes? It's a complex issue. And there are no easy answers.
Right.
But one thing is clear.
Okay.
We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks of AI. And we need to develop ethical frameworks and regulations that can guide its development and deployment.
So it's not just about building powerful AI.
No.
It's about building AI that aligns with human values.
Exactly.
And serves the best interests of society.
Absolutely.
And those conversations are already happening on Reddit.
They are.
And they're getting pretty heated.
Yeah, a lot of passion.
Some people are worried that AI, like O3, could be used to manipulate people, spread misinformation, or even automate warfare.
Those are valid concerns. You can't just brush them aside. But there are also people on Reddit who are incredibly optimistic about the potential of O3. They see it as a tool that could solve some of humanity's biggest challenges. From curing diseases to addressing climate change.
So it seems like the future of O3 and AI in general is still very much up in the air.
It is.
It could be our greatest ally or our biggest threat.
Right.
Depending on how we choose to develop and use it.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important for everyone to be part of this conversation. Don't just sit back and wait to see what happens. Educate yourself about AI and engage in discussions and share your thoughts and concerns.
This isn't just a technological issue.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's a societal issue that affects us all.
Absolutely.
But with all this talk about the future, I'm curious. DataCamp mentioned that O3 Mini is scheduled for release early next year.
Yeah, beginning of the year.
What are you most excited about seeing once it's out in the wild?
Well, personally, I'm eager to see how people use O3 Mini's adaptive thinking time feature.
Oh, yeah.
Will they use it to solve complex problems?
Right.
Boost their productivity, or maybe even just for fun?
That's a great point. And once the full O3 model is released, who knows what kind of creative applications people will come up with.
It's an exciting time to be following AI.
Yeah, it is.
That's for sure.
It is.
But before we get too caught up in the possibilities, let's take a step back and remind ourselves that we're still dealing with a very young technology.
Right. There's still a lot we don't know about how AI works, how it learns, and what its limitations are.
It's important to remember that.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to approach this technology with a healthy dose of caution and humility.
Okay. I think we've got a pretty good job of unpacking the technical details of O3.
I think so.
The potential benefits and risks. Yeah. And the broader societal implications.
You covered a lot.
But before we wrap things up,
I
wanted to circle back to something we touched on earlier. The idea of AI as a tool.
Oh, that's a great way to frame it. Yeah. Ultimately, AI is a tool that we as humans have created. Right. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
The choice is ours.
Right. And that brings us to our final thought for this deep dive.
Okay.
As we enter this new era of increasingly powerful AI, it's more important than ever to ask ourselves, what kind of future do we want to create?
What role do we want AI to play?
Yeah.
In our lives or work, our society?
These are big questions.
They are.
And there are no easy answers.
No.
But they're questions we need to be asking ourselves individually and collectively.
For sure.
If we want to shape a future where AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well said.
And with that, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
But don't worry, we're not done yet.
Okay.
In the final part.
Right.
We'll leave you with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
Okay.
As you continue your own exploration of the fascinating world of O3 and the future of AI. Okay, so we're back for the final part.
Last part.
Of our deep dive into OpenAI's O3.
Here we are.
We've talked about its incredible capabilities.
Yeah, a lot to talk about.
The potential benefits and risks. And the ethical questions it raises.
A lot of big questions.
And we've seen how O3 is already sparking intense debates.
Definitely.
On Reddit and beyond.
For sure.
About the future of AI.
Yeah.
The future of work.
Huge one.
And even the future of humanity.
It's a big deal.
It's a lot to process, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we wrap things up, we wanted to leave you with something to ponder.
What?
A question that emerged from our exploration of these sources that we think is worth considering.
I like it.
Remember how DataCamp highlighted O3's ability to tackle those complex math and science problems?
Oh, yeah.
Even outperforming human experts on certain benchmarks.
They made a big deal out of that.
Right, like that mind-blowing score on the ARC-AGI frontier math test.
That was impressive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this got us thinking.
Okay.
Could O3 be the key to unlocking scientific breakthroughs that have eluded us for decades?
It's possible.
Could it accelerate the pace of discovery?
Interesting thought.
In fields like medicine, energy, or space exploration.
Like, what if we had an AI that could not only analyze data, but also design experiments, formulate hypotheses, and even come up with entirely new research directions that humans might never have considered?
It's a tantalizing possibility.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not just limited to science.
Right.
Think about O3's advanced coding skills.
Yeah.
Could it revolutionize industries far beyond software development?
Potentially.
Like engineering, architecture, art, music.
Well, where you're going.
The possibilities seem endless.
It's pretty mind-blowing to think about.
It is. It's almost like O3 is giving us a glimpse into a future where creativity and innovation are amplified by AI.
Oh, okay.
A future where we can achieve things that we can barely even imagine today.
It's a powerful idea.
It is.
Yeah.
But as with any powerful tool, there's always that potential for misuse.
It all comes back to the choices we make.
Yeah.
The ethical frameworks we develop and the safeguards we put in place to ensure that AI is used responsibly and for the benefit of humanity.
So as you continue your own deep dive into the world of O3 and the future of AI, we encourage you to keep asking those tough questions.
Yeah, don't be afraid to.
Stay curious and engage in those critical conversations.
Absolutely.
About the role we want AI to play in shaping our world.
It's on all of us.
Because the future of AI is not predetermined.
No, it's not set in stone.
It's a future that we are all actively creating together.
It's a collaborative effort.
And that's it.
That's
for our deep dive into OpenAI's O3.
That was fun.
We hope this episode has given you a better understanding of this groundbreaking technology.
It's pretty amazing.
Its potential impact and the important conversations it's sparking around the world.
Lots to talk about.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of exploration.
Appreciate it.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep learning. Keep questioning.
Stay curious.
And keep diving deep.
Always dive deep.